Okay, so today I want to talk about carbohydrates, and they're commonly referred to as carbs. And a lot of you all might have some kind of a history or background on what carbs are and might have heard, but there's different types of carbs, different classifications of carbs as well, and they react in your body differently in terms of weight gain and weight loss. One thing I want to put out there about carbs is that you don't necessarily need to eliminate them from your diet. You do, however, want to either reduce or control them, and you'll see that in later videos that we have here on the site about carbohydrates. So at its simplest form, carbohydrates are things such as fruits, breads, you have rices, pastas, even beans are considered carbohydrates, even though they may have a little protein in them. They're classified as carbohydrates because that's what they're made up mostly of. You have cereals. A lot of these protein bars are really full of carbohydrates, granola, many things like that. Vegetables are classified as carbs as well, but we'll get into that. That's in another tutorial. But carbs are basically all around us. If it isn't meat, if it isn't any type of a protein, then it's pretty much a carbohydrate, unless it's a fat, which is like oils and nuts and seeds and things like that. Okay? Now, this is just to kind of give you a brief understanding of what carbohydrates are. There's other tutorials here on the site that talk about how they react in your body. We also go through the different classifications of, classifications of carbs on the website as well. Now, carbohydrates are the ones that pretty much help us gain and lose weight depending on how we ingest them. It's not necessarily the proteins or the fats that make us get fatter or make us slim down. We always want to look at the carbohydrates. Now, they're also found in juices, oatmeals, many things like that that we typically might have. Just for an example, in Western civilization, which is in America, for example, you have the breakfast, for example, would be a couple of slices of toast with butter, excuse me, some fruit jelly or jam on the toast, along with oatmeal, maybe some cereal, and some orange juice or apple juice. All of those are carbohydrates. So that morning breakfast, even though it might seem healthy in some senses, it's full of pretty much carbohydrates, and there's a huge overload just in the morning on carbohydrates. So when the body can't really use all those carbohydrates at one time, it has to store it away as fat. So imagine someone doing that for year after year or month after month. That's how weight gain sneaks in the back door. Okay, so we will restructure that and add a little bit of fat and protein and reduce massively those carbohydrates. All right, so let's look forward to some more videos about carbohydrates to get the whole picture. All right, thanks for listening.